Welcome back to another episode of the Seattle Sports Show where we love Seattle pro sports. I'm your host, Mikey, and today we're doing another Seattle Seahawks 7 round mock draft. And I just want to dive straight into it because you already know what this is. So let's get into it. Let's start this thing and find out what happens in this one. Now that we've done so many of these, I wonder if I'm ever going to, stumble upon doing something else that I've already done in the past. Like, will I accidentally repeat one exactly the way that we've done one of these before? And will it be one that we liked, or is it a scenario that we realize, like, oh, if this one pops up a lot and this is what the Seahawks do, is this the most likely outcome? And would we not be happy with it? But again, we're just experimenting here, and we're getting a trade offer on the board is Terrion Arnold, Jared Verse, Troy Fatanu, J.C. Latham, Brian Thomas Jr., Johnny Newton, Byron Murphy, Jackson Power Johnson, Chop Robinson. So again, a lot of guys that you would like to have on your team. But again, we have a trade offer on the table that I plan on taking with Green Bay. We are sending our 16 and 102 for their 25 and 41. So moving back a little bit in that first round, but jumping way up into the second round. That's something that I want to do, that I'm interested in doing. In reality, I would hope that they're able to make a move similar to this on draft day to, get some more value up there in that range. Unless they really love Troy Fatanu. That is a guy that's still available here at pick 16 that I could say I totally understand why you would want to stay with that pick. Jared Verse, Johnny Newton, Byron Murphy. Similar feelings. I don't feel as strongly as about them as I do with Troy Fatanu, but with those picks available with this simulation, who's left on the board, I would understand that direction. But we're accepting this offer, so let's accept it and see what we get here. A couple more trade offers. Not that I'm interested in any of these. And okay, here we go. So here's again situation. We traded back. We're at 25. Johnny Newton still available. Chop Robinson still available. Cooper DeJean still available. Tyler Guyton, Graham Barton at this point. Those are all real worthy guys. I don't believe I've gone Chop Robinson in any of these mock drafts that I've done before. If you are trading back, I can I could see, if you're going trading this far back, that he might be a really good option for you at that point. And I would understand taking him in this range as well. Now, the other guy that I'm seeing on the board available that I'm really interested in, that I think would be, in a year where he didn't get hurt, I think would be a top 15 pick, no doubt, is Cooper DeJean. Again, being that they list him here wrong again in this simulator, but being 6 foot, being 210 pounds, a corner. They have him listed here as safety in here, but he played corner, right? Everybody talks about moving him to safety because of his size, but he played corner. So, and he did as well. He did line up at safety. He lined up out on the outside. He lined up in the slot. Again, he can tackle, he can blitz, he can return kicks and punts. And we saw him do that college. Again, a very, very versatile guy. A guy, again, not is corner the biggest need? No. In this situation, are you, hoping maybe somebody else is interested in doing another trade and you pick up something in the draft for, even if it's a you know, mid late pick um, for someone like a Reek Woolen, maybe, but I just think again, first round, so you're looking at a 5 year deal and getting them on the cheap for most of those years, getting Cooper DeJean, getting that real weapon again, whether you're corner or again, because we have safeties that are only signed, most of them for 1 year, getting Cooper DeJean, and if you are moving him to safety, um, or in Mike McDonald's system, you're moving him all over anyways because that's how he uses his players, then that's a good pick. Because Mike McDonald's going to have fun with that for years to come. Okay, we're getting to our next pick here, which is at 41. Las Vegas wants to swap with us, or we would send 41 and they would send us 44 and 208. I have to see what is available here. Because obviously we still have other needs that we just don't want to just outright ignore. And I think we could still cover them at this point. It's a way late pick that we're picking up there at 208, but it is a extra pick picked up, so I'm going to take it. And then here we are at pick 44. So now at pick 44, again, we got to move back a little bit. So we're not overdrafting, we're not overpaying. We still need, and again, who's available on the board? Penix Jr., McConkey, Tavondre Sweat, Adisa Isaac, Ruka Rororo. But for me, if I'm grading these players and I'm giving them similar grades, but I have a big need on my team that comes at guard, then I'm taking Cooper Beebe, the offensive guard out of Kansas State, to fill that need. Again, to me, still one of the best like guards in this draft. So you can get him here in the second round, and you feel happy about that. Now we're getting here to pick 81. I gotta look and see who is available here. Okay, so we could trade out or we keep what we have. What we have available to us here: Brandon Dorless, Cedric Van Pran Granger, Christian Mahogany, Javon Bullard, Trevin Wallace, Roger Rosengarten, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. A handful of players here. Where do we want to go? I mean, yeah, again, I don't want to go too far into this draft without getting linebackers, because again, everybody in the linebacker room is only on 1 year deals, so we want to be getting guys that we can have around for years to come and on the cheap, young guys with cheap contracts. That sounds like the way to go for this team right now. So if I'm going to take one here, again, now I got to decide: do I want Jeremiah Trotter Jr. here, or do I want to go with Trevin Wallace? For me, I'm going Trevin Wallace. I like what I see on tape, and then I know the Seahawks have met with him and are interested, so it seems to make some sense. So let's get Trevin Wallace here. Okay, let's see here what we get. Pick 118. Green Bay would like to do another trade with you. Let's take a look at what is around the board. Cade Stover is still available. Tyron Hopper, Brendan Coleman, Jalen Forward, Malik Mustafa. There are some things here. We would pick up. We'd go back to 126 and we'd pick up 169 as well. I don't know. I think it's too hard for me to pass up. If we're getting here, if we're at pick 118, and geez, tough. Some good players available in this range. I don't want to really pass up on Cade Stover here. Again, not the biggest need, but again, a young contract that you're getting for 4 years, young player that you're getting for 4 years that you think can develop. So I'm going to take the tight end here at pick 118. He's best available. Again, you have Noah Fant for 2 years, but yeah, Pharaoh Brown, he's just around for 1 year. So yeah, you want to develop another young guy that could be around for not just this year, but when you draft, you're not always just drafting for that year, but you're drafting for future years as well, and looking at the makeup of your team and the contract. So we're going to get Cates over here at pick 118. Our next pick isn't coming till 179. And we're about to find out who's available. Okay, so some decent choices here: Javion Cohen, Ladarius Henderson. Let's see here. Maris Leafau. Trey Taylor. Yeah, there's still some decent choices in this area. Again, we still need to fill out depth across this offensive line, in my opinion. And then in this range, again, the familiarity with the coaching, familiarity with the player. Why not take a Ladarius Henderson? Seems like a good idea and a good fit. So let's see what we do at 192 here. Okay, well, with what we've done so far, I think we still need linebackers, right? I've taken Maris Leafau quite a bit in the past. So in this one, we still need a linebacker. But again, familiarity with the player. So why don't we go ahead here and we will go with the linebacker out of Washington, Edwafon Ulufashayo, and again get some more depth and a young player that will be hopefully developed and is going to be on the team for 4 years. Now we're at pick 208. Okay, and there's some interesting options here. Again, do we want somebody like a Cornelius Johnson, the receiver out of Michigan? Again, another big wide receiver. That could again, hopefully develop to be a big target for you. That's a possible option. We already went tight end, so I don't think we want to go with another tight end with the AJ Barner being available there. We took a top end safety or a corner in Cooper DeJean there, but again, two of our safeties are Contracts are going to be up at the end of this year as well. So, do you want another young guy that you can develop and can very well be competing with special team spot for you with Sion Vaki there? Some interesting choices here at the end of the draft, just based on what's available around here and because of the players that I like, what they do, and what's possible for them to develop into. I think I will take Sion Vaki here. He is your guy that is going to be your safety. So no matter what you do with Cooper, whether you're keeping him at corner or you're moving him to one of the safety spots, you're getting another young safety that, again, will still be on the team this year and hopefully for the full 4 years that will have him, the contract available to keep him for. We'll take him there. And at the very worst, he's going to be a good special teams player for you. Okay, and then here's pick 235. What do we have available in this range? For me here, I want to keep. Let me see. Yeah, I want to keep building out, depth and competition at other positions that maybe not seem to need, but we're way here at the end of the draft here. So again, let's see. Yeah, I've taken him before, and he's available here. I'm going to take Anthony Gold out of Oregon State, the wide receiver, and again, another guy that's going to be competing with. Now, at this point, we're looking at Vaki. We're looking at Eskridge, Chenault Jr., and Anthony Gold. All these guys are competing to be returners and to make this team and have an impact. Gold, I think, is a guy that he can be a returner right away and instantly make an impact in that area. And you hope that maybe you can develop him into something in Ryan Grubb's system. A guy like him who is so speedy and shifty and has breakaway speed. You put a guy in like that in motion again. I don't remember exactly what position, but I know Ryan Grubb's offense was like ranked in the top 5 for the most amount of motion used in college football last year. He's one of the top 5 used motion the most in wide receivers. So, yeah, that's another way to get Anthony Gold open and develop him. So, yeah, let's take a quick recap of the entirety of our mock draft here. Cooper DeJean, we traded back, took him. Again, he's that ultimate, jack of all trades, does it all. But, I don't want to say jack of all trades because jack of all trades usually kind of describes somebody who does a lot of things but that doesn't do them well. We'll call Cooper DeJean like a master of all trades of the defensive backfield because he's a great corner, whether you have him lined up on the outside or lined up on the inside at nickel. He's a great safety. You can line him up in a linebacker position. He's like that ultimate weapon that Mike McDonald would love to have. Then luckily, that trade back that we did there to get 25 brought us that pick number 44 in the second round. We got Cooper Beebe because, again, that offensive line still at this point, they haven't signed anybody yet. We've heard rumors of them maybe going to bring in a veteran, but not yet. So that we got to bring one in to compete for that starting spot there. Then we get our linebacker, Trevin Wallace. Again, you need a young guy. Cade Stover was available still at 118, so we had to take him for the talent and developing him there and getting him in the Ryan Grubb system. 179, getting Ladarius Henderson fill out some more depth in that offensive line. Linebackers, again, we didn't take one until Trevin Wallace, so we still need to fill out the rest of the room in the depth. So we got Edwafon Elufashayo out of Washington at 192, getting Sion Vaki, the safety out of Utah at 208. Again, another very versatile guy that can play both safety positions, can help you out in special teams. Again, I think a good versatile guy that Mike McDonald would like to have. And then Anthony Gold, competing for returner, competing to be, one of the options as a receiver down the line when somebody like Lockett retires, and again, another guy that can really push for competition with D. Eskridge, and getting somebody like that who hasn't produced at all to this point out the door. Okay. But there you go. There is our mock draft 27. Let me know what you think of this one, giving me those grades A, B, C, D, F. Let me know what you think of Cooper DeJean. Is he somebody you would like to see the Seahawks take in the first round? Again, to me, because of the injury, that is why you see him mocked and talked about so much, about going in the 20s. If not for the injury that he had this year, to me, you're definitely talking about him being a top 15 pick. He just didn't have it on as much tape this year because of the injury. But yeah, let me know what you think of that, and then let me know what you think of all the picks behind it and what was available versus what I decided to pick. Let me know. All right, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 170 now, so just a couple more away from that. Almost gained 10 more subscribers today. Really appreciate that. And then if you're listening on a podcast version, please hit follow, hit subscribe. Make sure you leave a 5-star rating and a written review, because that all helps the show grow as well. And until next time, thanks for listening to the Seattle Sports Show, where we watch legends awaken. So take cover, because with a sea of sound, you will see us rise to reign supreme and win forever.